This video is about super talent Alireza Firouzja. You can see here he's number 6 in the world in classical chess. He's only 19 years old. So clearly a big talent and maybe the true successor to Magnus Carlsen in the top chess. So now in game number 1, we're gonna see d4. So he can play both e4 and d4. I'm gonna go quickly in the opening here, because what's amazing with Alireza is his ability to navigate the middle game and the tactics and so forth. So now this is a good time to pause right now. All white pieces are developed. This is white to play. Alireza go with f4, opening the position. So now it just happened that Jobava, playing with the black pieces, drops the pawn on d6. But if we're to play a move like bishop a6, then you would have bishop h6 here, very good for white. For instance, if you do something like that, you have knight f5, threatening checkmate, black takes, take, and you have a very strong, if not winning, attack. So here, Jobava plays bishop knight d7, sorry. So now there's a check, knight b5 played, bishop a6. Very complex position. Jobava wants to take on b5 and then take on d6. And here, what is Alireza playing? Very surprising move, queen h6. Very strong move, and let's say that if black were to retrieve the bishop, then you defend your bishop on d6. So on queen h6, Jobava is taking on b5. That was his plan. So now maybe what Jobava with black calculated is like, if you take like that, now you have knight c2 attacking, the knight is very active, and this is very complex. So instead, after queen h6, bishop b5, this is the key moment of the game. White to play. And in this position, Alireza played the very flashy rook sack. So now black has to take, check, and here Alireza won by playing knight h5, attacking g7, and black has to give up the queen, and that's a rook f1, white won easily. Now, interestingly, knight h5 wins the queen, but knight f5 was even stronger. That's because on taking like that, you have a check, and on queen f6, you have a nice checkmate, right? So anyway, beautiful stuff. We can see that Jobava completely missed this winning attack. Let's see another game. And in game number 2, we're seeing 1 e4, e5, and we're seeing the Spanish opening. Now I'm gonna go quickly in the opening, but please note that Alireza can play 1 d4, 1 e4. He really is very strong in the game altogether. I would not say that he wins because he knows the opening very deeply. He's really an all-around player already at age 19. So now we have a classics Ruy Lopez here. We're gonna go to the move. He's playing knight f1 and h6. So here I would play knight g3 to go to knight f5, but Alireza play knight e3, which is also perfectly fine. And now we're in the opening, and we can see a nice plan by Firouzja playing knight h2 with the knight most likely coming to g4. But keep in mind the queen can come. Maybe he can play f4. He's starting the attack. g5, reaction in the center, queen f3. And now, for instance, black could play d4, but your knight would come to f5 with some attacking chances. Instead, c4 play. Takes, Alireza takes in the center. And here, the grandmaster with the black pieces take with the bishop. That's because if you take with the queen, bishop e4, lining up the two pieces here, and you're winning on the spot. So bishop d5, the queen here is attacked, queen g3. And now we'll move 20, and why black can defend this position. It's a very tricky situation already. Obviously, Alireza loves to attack, and he has his pieces ready to attack. What is his threat? The threat is bishop take h6 because of the pin over here. Now you may say, well, bishop h6 is a threat, so normally you would play king h8, right? But that's not so great because you would just move the knight and here pick up pawn. So instead, black plays queen b6. That's a way to defend the pawn on h6. Knight g4 played. Excellent. Once again, we're trying to attack here. And now black play h5. Now, let's say that if you play king h8 right now, what would be a great idea for white that Alireza can spot very quickly? Well, queen g3, double attack. So that would win a piece. Now, the right move was to play e4, and then on check, you have a very complex game. Obviously, a great position for white with the pawn up and doing check over here, but the game goes on. Instead, h5 played. And here, Alireza gives a check. The king goes to h8. And now, what was his idea? You guessed it, queen g3. Once again, double attack. Here was a blitz game. Black took on h6. And Alireza won in 24 moves. But even if e4 would be played, you capture a piece, black capture a piece, you play rook e4, and you have a winning attack. Let's say if you take like that, I can simply take, and I'm gonna win. And even if you don't take over here, you have a fantastic position with the queen coming here, and you're gonna win. It's a matter of time. So I hope you enjoyed this recap with the games. E4 or D4 doesn't matter. Alireza is already a top player in the world, and he may be playing for the candidates and try to qualify for the World Championship in the next cycle. And I see you in the next one.